The gift of every moment. In a quiet town nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling river, there lived a young boy named Ravi. He was just turning 16, with messy black hair that always fell over his bright eyes and a smile that could light up the gloomiest day. But inside, Ravi felt a quiet storm. He dreamed big, of becoming a great artist, painting pictures that told stories of adventure and love. Yet every day slipped away like sand through his fingers. He would wake up late, scroll through his phone for hours, play games with friends until the sun dipped low, and push his homework and sketches to tomorrow. Time to Ravi felt endless, like the vast sky above his home. There's always more time, he would whisper to himself, ignoring the gentle tug in his heart that said otherwise. One crisp morning, as autumn leaves danced in the wind, Ravi's grandmother, whom everyone called Nani, sat him down on the wooden porch. Her face was lined with years of wisdom. Her hands wrinkled like the bark of an old tree, but her eyes sparkled with a warmth that made Ravi feel safe. Beta, she said softly, her voice like a gentle breeze, time is the most precious gift we have. It's like a river. It flows forward, never turning back. Waste it, and you'll chase shadows all your life. Ravi nodded, but his mind wandered to the fun waiting on his phone. He hugged her quickly and ran off to meet his friends, leaving her words behind like forgotten leaves on the ground. Days turned into weeks, and Ravi's dreams stayed tucked away in a dusty notebook under his bed. At school, his teachers shook their heads sadly. "You have talent, Ravi," his art teacher said one day, her voice tinged with disappointment. "But talent without effort is like a seed never planted." Ravi felt a pang in his chest, a mix of shame and sadness, but he brushed it off. That evening, he promised himself he'd start drawing tomorrow. Instead, he lost the night to endless videos, laughing at silly clips while the clock ticked silently. Then came the turning point, a moment that wrapped around Ravi's heart like a cold mist. It was the school art competition, a big event where young artists from nearby towns showcased their work. Ravi had heard about it months ago and imagined entering a painting of the river at sunset, with colors so vivid they made hearts ache. But as the deadline approached, he realized he hadn't even started. Panic rose in his throat like a wave. He stayed up late that night, scribbling frantically, but his hands trembled with exhaustion. The next morning, he submitted a half-finished piece, his eyes heavy with regret. When the winners were announced, Ravi's name wasn't called. He watched his classmate, Priya, beam with joy as she held her trophy. Priya, who practiced every day after school, her fingers stained with paint, her notebook full of sketches. Ravi's heart sank, heavy with the weight of lost chances. Tears stung his eyes as he walked home alone, the autumn wind whispering accusations in his ears. That night, under a blanket of stars, Ravi sat by the riverbank, his knees drawn to his chest. The water rushed by, unstoppable, mirroring the time he had let slip away. "Why does it hurt so much?" he whispered to the night. A soft sob escaped him, and he buried his face in his hands, feeling small and lost. It was then that he remembered Nani's words. With a deep breath, he decided to visit her the next day. Not just for tea, but for answers. Nani's house smelled of fresh chapatis and jasmine flowers. She welcomed him with open arms, her hug warm like sunlight after rain. "You look troubled, my child," she said, guiding him to sit by the fire. Ravi poured out his heart, the wasted hours, the missed competition, the dreams that felt farther away than ever. Nani listened quietly, her eyes full of understanding, not judgment. When he finished, she placed a gentle hand on his. "Ravi, let me tell you a story from my own youth. It's about the value of time and how it taught me to hold it close." Long ago, when Nani was a young girl named Mira, she lived in a village much like theirs. Mira was full of life, with dreams of becoming a teacher to help children read and dream big. But like Ravi, she let time drift. Mornings were for lazy chats with friends, afternoons for wandering fields, and evenings for stories under the stars. "Tomorrow," she always said. One day, a wise old traveler came to the village. He was known as Baba, with a long white beard and eyes that seemed to hold the secrets of the world. Baba gathered the young ones around a bonfire and shared tales of faraway lands. Mira listened, enchanted, but when he spoke of time, her heart stirred. "Time is like a faithful friend," Baba said, his voice deep and soothing. "It walks beside you every day, offering gifts, but ignore it, and it walks on without you." He challenged the youth. For 1 week, track your hours, see where they go, and ask if they lead to your dreams. Mira laughed it off at first, but curiosity won. She started a simple journal, noting her days. To her shock, hours vanished on idle talk and aimless play. A quiet sadness filled her, time she could have used to study, to learn. Inspired, Baba took Mira on a journey to teach her the true value of time. Their first stop was a bustling marketplace at dawn. Vendors set up stalls with care, arranging fruits and spices before the sun rose high. See how they rise early? Baba asked. They know time's first light is golden. It gives energy and focus. Mira watched a young seller, no older than her, smiling as customers flocked to his fresh goods. He had planned his day the night before, listing tasks on a scrap of paper. By noon, his work was done, leaving time for rest and family. Mira felt a spark of hope. That evening, she tried it, waking early to read a book. The quiet morning wrapped around her like a warm blanket, and words flowed into her mind easily. For the first time, she felt in control, not chased by the day. The next lesson came in a quiet garden where an old clockmaker worked. His shop was filled with ticking clocks, each one a reminder of passing seconds. Baba pointed to a beautiful hourglass on the shelf. Watch the sand fall, he said. Mira turned it, mesmerized as grains slipped through. Each grain is a moment. Once gone, you can't get it back. The clockmaker shared his story. As a boy, he wasted years dreaming without action. One day, his father fell ill, and time became precious. He learned to craft clocks, turning regret into purpose. Manage time like I manage gears, he told Mira. Break your day into parts: work, play, rest. Set small goals, like fixing one gear at a time. Mira nodded, her heart aching with the truth. She began dividing her days. Mornings for study, afternoons for chores, evenings for dreams. Small wins built up like bricks in a strong wall, but the deepest lesson came on a hilltop at sunset. Baba and Mira climbed high, watching the sun paint the sky in oranges and pinks. As it dipped below the horizon, Baba said softly, "Time ends for all things. One day you'll look back and ask, did I use it well? Did I love, learn, grow?" Tears welled in Mira's eyes as she thought of her parents, growing older, and her dreams waiting. A wave of gratitude washed over her for the moments she still had. That night, under the stars, she vowed to cherish time. She studied hard, helped her village, and became the teacher she dreamed of. Years later, as Nani, she passed on these lessons, her life rich with purpose. Ravi listened, wide-eyed, as Nani finished, her story wrapped around him like a comforting shawl. "Beta," she said, squeezing his hand, "time isn't your enemy. It's your ally. Learn to manage it, and it will carry you to your dreams." Inspired, Ravi felt a fire ignite in his chest, a mix of hope and determination. He hugged Nani tightly, whispering, "Thank you." As he walked home, the setting sun cast long shadows, but this time they didn't scare him. They reminded him to act now. The change didn't happen overnight. Ravi started small, like the grains in the hourglass. He bought a simple notebook and planned his days. Mornings became for drawing, waking at dawn when the world was quiet and his mind fresh. He sketched the river, capturing the way light danced on water, his pencil moving with purpose. Afternoons were for schoolwork, broken into short bursts. Study for 25 minutes, then a quick walk to refresh. Evenings he saved for friends, but with a limit: no more endless scrolling. At first, it felt hard. His phone tempted him like an old habit. But each day he stuck to it, a quiet pride grew. His hands steadied, his sketches improved, and sleep came easier, free from regret. Weeks passed, and Ravi entered another art contest. This one bigger, with judges from the city. He worked steadily, managing time like gears in a clock. Mornings for ideas, afternoons for colors, evenings for rest. When doubts crept in, he remembered Nani's story. Face time with courage, and it rewards you. The day of the contest, his heart raced, but not with fear, with excitement. His painting, a vivid scene of the village at dawn, won first place. As he held the ribbon, tears of joy slipped down his cheeks. Priya hugged him, whispering, "You did it." Ravi thought of all the young people like him, chasing dreams but lost in time's flow. From then on, Ravi shared his lesson. He started a club at school, teaching friends to plan days, set goals, and celebrate small wins. One boy, shy and scattered, bloomed under Ravi's guidance, finishing his first storybook. A girl, always late, learned to wake early and found peace in mornings. Ravi's life blossomed. Art school invitations came, friendships deepened, and his bond with Nani grew stronger. She watched him with proud eyes, her heart full. And so, dear young friend, think of Ravi's journey. Time is like a gentle river, carrying you forward if you guide it well. Don't let it slip away in idle moments. Hold it close with plans and purpose. Wake early, break your day into steps, and chase your dreams one grain at a time. You'll feel the warmth of accomplishment and the gratitude for each day. Remember, the value of time isn't in how much you have, but how you use it. Step into it with heart and watch your world light up. If this touches you, share it with someone young and dreaming, because one small change can turn time into your greatest friend.